Do you know these 10 tips to make the most of your Carnival cruise cabin? I think everyone already knows number 1, but most of you probably do not do number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
Cruiser? My name is Ruben and I am not a cruise expert, but I'm pretty good at pretending. Tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to take photos and videos when you first get in your cabin. This is because your cabin will never look any better or cleaner than it does right now. You don't have your stuff in there, you haven't been living in there for a week or two, and it looks immaculate and ready for Instagram or TikTok or whatever the cool kids are using today. You do not have to be an influencer, but you probably want to share a picture with your friends and family. Tip number 2. Tip number 2 is to unpack and get settled as soon as possible. There are so many fun things to do on the ship, but on embarkation day, I recommend getting unpacked and settled. This way you have access to all of your belongings. Your clothes don't get any more wrinkly and you just know where everything is. You can also get changed into something nice if you booked a specialty restaurant on embarkation day. Tip number 3. Tip number 3 is that once you are done unpacking, you can maximize space and put that suitcase underneath the bed. Tip number 4. Know that the Panorama only has power outlets by the table and there are no power outlets by the bed. So you might want to bring a long, non-surge protected extension cable. Check the description for what I have bought and used. You can also use this USB port behind the TV to plug stuff in, not just a sexy hat rack. Tip number 5. Speaking of power, when you want more power, bring a 220 volt European or international converter to get even more power outlets. I have seen as many as 4 different styles of power on a cruise cabin, so if you have a few, you can definitely get access to all of that power. Definitely check with your electronics and read the description label if it will accept either voltage. Tip number 6, bring a nightlight. This makes it easier to see the room even when it's dark. Even though the Panorama added motion sensor nightlights, you have to be close enough, and when I get out of bed, they don't turn on yet. Are you an expert cruiser? Are you an expert cruiser? Let me know what your best cabin tip is in the comments below. Tip number 7, bring a hang-up toiletry bag for your bathroom. It stores everything nice and neatly in there, making it really easy to share space with another human and just to pack and unpack. Tip number 8, in the showers, there is this line that you can hang clothes from. Tip number 9, speaking of hanging things, bring some magnetic hooks. I use them to hang up my lanyard, my clothes, and even the do not disturb sign. Tip number 10, there is a cooler that you can shove all kinds of cool stuff in.
I put my little wellness shots, and I have some avocado toast in here.
I will bring desserts from the buffet and keep them cool here. Just know that this is not a refrigerator, just a cooler. Was this video helpful for you? Then check out this next video.